Before we get into this video, just want to say thank you guys for all the support. Appreciate it. You guys have been killing it lately. It'd be best if you guys like and subscribe. Best way to support me for free. And we're going to jump right into it. I've been playing Black 2 for the first time. It's been about a couple weeks now. I already put in 40 hours into this game on my original DS Lite, as someone mentioned in one of my videos. And I must say, this generation has changed my opinion in regards to what is the greatest generation of all time. Something about Generation 5 compared to Generation 3 and 4, the magic, I truly believe, and based on the general consensus, is this is the peak Pokemon generation. Incredible storytelling, incredible region. Yes, there might be some criticism in regards to the Pokemon that were released in this generation, but overall, what a great game. Especially playing the second half of Generation 5 in Black 2 and White 2. Such incredible stuff. And I'm kind of worried about Game Freak or Ilka, whoever's going to be in charge of creating the Generation 5 remakes. And let's just keep it a buck. It's going to happen. We've seen the rumors, we've seen the leaks, credible sources, the Riddler, they've been pointing towards a Generation 5 remake. It might be a little complicated now because, according to some reports from Nintendo insiders, they're saying that the Nintendo Switch 2 has been delayed to the first quarter of 2025, meaning that it's not going to get a holiday release. And if Game Freak and Ilka, whoever's in charge, want to rush this game, which unfortunately it's going to happen, this might be a 2024 release. Pokemon Day is around the corner, so we'll see whether they're going to truly announce something official. I have a feeling they might, but who knows. And if you guys want a little bit of context in regards to Nintendo Switch, this is about to be year 7 with the Nintendo Switch, so we're kind of near the end game. So it's about time they're going to release a fresher and updated console, which I hope the older games on Nintendo Switch have that compatibility to play with the new, maybe HD screen, better processing power, so the games can look a lot better. So why am I worried about Gen 5 remakes? Well, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is a pretty good example of what happens when they try to bait us with nostalgia. And yes, they might have tweaked a little bit of stuff, and yes, they might have updated the game towards the current standards like quality of life changes, graphics, technical aspects. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, well, it did sell copies. However, the biggest overall consensus of this game is that it wasn't up to the standard. They didn't really add much. And what I mean by that is, yeah, sure, they re-innovated the underground, but the underground was already there. And yes, we can catch Pokemon, as part of the national decks, but outside of that, what did they truly add to make this game more innovative? If you look at remakes like Crystal, you look at Emerald, you look at Black 2, White 2, which technically they are sequels, and then look at ORAS as well. They brought a lot more content to the basis of the game. And Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl unfortunately didn't meet those standards. And it was going to be an ominous game when you realize that there is no official VGC or competitive format that was supported for these games, because they wanted to focus on Sword and Shield and eventually Scarlet and Violet. That's very telling into what they're trying to do with these games. And I really hope that Generation 5 does not end up being those games, because Generation 5 is arguably one of the greatest generations of all time. This generation, I said it in my video before, and I'll say it again, it has changed my opinion in the true Pokemon essence, peak Pokemon games. The magic is still in Generation 5, and it always will be. If they want to preserve that, look, I'm not going to lie, as much as I hate to admit it, they're probably going to remake Pokemon Black and White. That makes sense. But I really hope they put in the Pokemon World Tournament. Now, features like that is what makes the game very attentive. It makes it very good to the consumers, to the fans who have been around for a long, long time. I'm not a fan of when Game Freak or Ilka or whoever's in charge of making these games, when they say faithful remakes, I really hope it's not a one-to-one. I really hope they add more content. I hope they understood the criticism that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl received. They learned from that and they rebuild these games. I'm not a fan of the chibi style. I really hope. I feel like Pokemon, this is going to be kind of a side rant. I kind of feel like ever since they switched to 3D, Pokemon's been a hot mess. And you can sense some sort of laziness. And I know a lot of people will be wondering, well, if you're going to complain about, these games, why'd you ask for it? Well, it's simple. Because we expect a lot. We're on the Nintendo Switch era, in which we would think these games should be improving dramatically. We're not in the handheld console era anymore. We're in the Nintendo Switch, arguably one of the greatest Nintendo consoles ever created. We expect great things, and when they fail to exceed or even meet the expectations, we're gonna complain. We buy the games, sure. That's a slap on the wrist for us for buying the games, but we expect great things, and when they don't meet it, we're gonna be pretty pissed. And I really hope these Gen 5 remakes, man, if you can at least capture the magic, at least make us put in hundreds and hundreds of hours into these games, rather than just be a new toy syndrome, I'll be damn happy. Now, of course, when I talk about remakes, what do I want? Again, capture the essence. What made Black City and White Forest so good? What made the Pokemon World Tournament so good? If you can add this stuff in and not just be a lazy, faithful remake. And again, being a faithful game is kind of a lazy excuse of not putting that much content because we care. A lot of us in the Pokemon community have grown up. We're pretty much the kids that started off with Gen 3 or Gen 4. We're about like in our late 20s, early 30s at this point. At least give us a challenge. Don't just give us a half-assed Battle Tower style, post game. And I really hope the post game here is plentiful. We can complete a national dex outside of version exclusives. We can communicate. Now, because we're playing on Nintendo Switch, I have a feeling that the DS features are not going to bode very well. I mean, look at the Poke Watch or Poke Edge from Generation 4. It was just right in the corner, just a nuisance. I really hope they kind of understand that, we're in a new console. This is stuff that isn't going to bode very well because the features back then aren't compatible enough to be up to scale for Nintendo Switch. If you can make something that works and functions well and not just be in the way or forgetful, great. It's a good start. And again, we know what Pokemon are capable of. And I know they're trying to fit a tight schedule. And, there's been interesting work ethics when it regards to the Game Freak staff or the Pokemon trading company or the Pokemon company itself saying, hey, we need to meet these deadlines. We can clearly tell as a consumer that these products have been rushed in recent years. Ever since Black 2, White 2, there's been a downfall trend when it comes to Pokemon quality. I mean, look at Pokemon X and Y when they first came out. And some might argue, well, Pokemon has been improving. They're updating quality of life. They've been doing all this stuff for us to get into the games easily. And that may be true. But I don't want no handheld game. I don't want a game that handcuffs me in regards to having a faithful remake. Give us something. Give us something that's going to get our attention. Give us something that will make me dedicate 200, 300, 400 hours into this game. That's all I ask for. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think we're going to get Gen 5 remakes? Which at this point, you know what? It's going to be like a 85% chance for me saying that we are going to get remakes. Now, are they going to be good or not? It's up to Pokemon. It's up to the company itself. It's up to Game Freak. It's up to whoever's in charge. I really hope they don't mess this up. Please, don't ruin Gen 5 remakes. I know it's a daunting task considering the times we're in right now, but I really hope they learn from their mistakes from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and they can create a wonderful game. I know they have the talent. I know they have the techniques. I know they have the vision for it. Executing it, however, is a completely different story. And I just want to say, please, let us have fun in Pokemon again. You learn from Scarlet and Violet. You learn from Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Push it. Push that dream forward for us, that we can experience Gen 5 once again. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. What is something you guys want to see or don't want to see in these remakes? And since Pokemon Day is around the corner, let me know what you guys think they're going to announce. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Franklin signing out. Please like and subscribe. Peace.